Hello. Hello, everybody. Hooray, hooray. We're streaming. Uh, we're trying something fun today. Or something that I used to do, but haven't done in quite a while, and I want to see if I can blow some dust off and see if we can do something like this or make it work. Or if I still have the energy to actually do it. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Haven't watched in a while. Well, welcome, welcome. Okay. Oh, I should probably save the file so I don't lose it. Sec. Congrats on 30K. Oh, yes, yes. We reached 300 K subscribers. Yippee. I'm about to get on a plane. Of course you go live now. I'm sorry. Well, I hope the plane gets delayed, I guess. Haven't been paying attention to the streams. Are the Pockies new? Oh yeah, I just added this. Um this is my girlfriend, everyone. Say hello to my girlfriend. Uh we haven't seen each other in a while, and she wanted to accompany me on the stream, so I drew a little doodle of her, and she's gonna be here in the corner, eating Pocky. So yeah, she's just watching like you guys. Yeah, so don't mind her. But yeah, 30 or 300K, yay. I don't really know what to do. I'm not like good at celebrating things, that's for damn sure. So I can only go like yippee and then move on with my day. I didn't plan anything for it or anything like that. It'd be good if I did, you know. But I didn't. But yeah, instead, we got a stream. So yay, Miss Stranger. Yes, Miss Stranger, I guess, or Miss Monster Garden. Your girlfriend is Pookie? I mean, yes, she is Pookie, but she also likes Pookie. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pocky? Pocky? That's how I've been. Pocky. So we pronounce it in Thailand, so I don't know how to say it in English. Can Pillarmen have wives? I don't know. I don't know. Haven't thought about that. Can Miss Monster Garden help with drawing concepts? I mean, she could if the concepts have anything to do with hot, sexy men. I guess. But if it's about monsters, I don't think she can help much with that. But if those monsters happen to need to be hot, sexy men, then I guess yes. You should draw demons. Well, let's get into the meat of things, I guess, what we're gonna try to do this stream. So, what I did a while ago, back when Monster Garden was still in its infancy, was we would brainstorm stuff on stream. So that's what I want to do today. I want to design something with you guys on stream, just from scratch. Try and figure out something, and we design a creature or a character or something together and see what happens. That's it. No plan, no nothing. The only thing we go off of to start with is I choose a word that we try to do something with in the concept. And the word for today and this concept is going to be Trojan horse. Um, I just pulled it out of my ass, so I have no idea where it's gonna go, but we're gonna try to design something that is based around the idea of Trojan horse. So, to get started with, I guess, anybody in chat, when you think of the word Trojan horse, what do you think of? What comes to mind? Is there any other word that might be associated with it or something that you can think of that would be interesting to add on to the concept of Trojan horse. So I'm gonna start writing right away, just filling it out. So words that come to mind are obviously soldiers, like hidden inside of something. But also the idea of a Trojan horse in general is something inside of something else. Um, wood is definitely uh good. A virus, yeah, something inside of something else could be like a hidden virus. Betrayal, betrayal, mimicry is a good word. Deception, yeah, of course. Gift, that's sort of in the same route. Okay, with things inside. So hold on, let me write this. Things inside of things. Shell. What are some things that come inside of other things that you can think of? I can think of peas, like peas in a pod. Peed? Peas. That's something that's inside of other things. Another thing is um nesting dolls is also something that's inside of something else, and it's made of wood as well, so that's kind of interesting, right? We can do something with that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna write down parasite as well. Yep, Russian dolls for sure. Those parasite wasps. Are you talking about the ones that put eggs inside of caterpillars? Eggs? G- eggs. Okay. Seashells? Yeah, sure. Seashells. Shells, seashells. I think, okay. So, what I think is an important part of the word Trojan horse is that it sort of focuses on the deceit of the thing, right? Mimicry, deception, gift, false gift, what you guys are writing. It clearly the idea of a Trojan horse is not just something that is within something else. It is something that is hiding something else with inside it, like deceiving the perception of whoever's seeing the so-called Trojan horse, right? So I think we should definitely focus on trying to uh go with deception angle, like make it seem like something else than it actually is. Book jam donuts, fig wasp, a fig wasp. Okay, fig wasp is weird. I like that. A camouflage ambush predator? No, no. You know what? I don't think it's a camouflage ambush predator. Because think about it this way: the Trojan horse is not hiding in bushes or in the darkness. It's hiding in plain sight. The idea of a Trojan horse is that it's a gift. Like nobody suspects it, not because they can't see it. They can see it. They just don't think it's dangerous because it's just right there, right? So I don't think it's some sort of ambush thing. I think it would be something that's obviously friendly or unassuming, something like that. You know, it is a crazed man, maybe out in the trenches that wears these. Oh, hold on, that wears these. Wears the skin of a horse or horse-like creature in the setting and waits outside cities, being because free horses, free horse. Isn't it something you take willingly? Yeah, yeah, it's sort of a gift or something. We don't have to go like 100% after the theme, obviously, but I think it's more interesting if we go the deceit direction rather than the stealth direction. has to be something that the people are convinced that this thing is good for them, but it's actually not. Yeah, sort of in that sense, yeah. Those birds that place the eggs in other people's nests with their own. Yeah, what's that bird called? If you can get me the name of that bird, I'll write that down. What are we making? A skinwalker? Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna start narrowing it down slowly over time. But you know what? Actually, I think what I do want to keep. Do we? Hmm. No, no. I don't want to say anything too quickly. I was gonna say I want to have it be made of wood, but that seems like that would force it or narrow it down a lot quicker than I want. A circus caravan with sinister intents. Yeah, circuses like traveling circuses and stuff like that. Circus, caravan, um, or yeah, traveling something traveling like festive thing might be interesting as well. Oh, I was almost gonna write the word fisting. You know what? That can connect up with this actually because we can use the idea of piñatas, right? I don't know how to spell piñatas. Cuckoo bird. Okay, thank you. Cuckoo bird. A false mage, a mage that turns into a suicide bomb. Yeah. Oh, also, by the way, don't think about Rust and Trenches. By the way, this is it. It doesn't need to be in Rust and Trenches or about Rust and Trenches. We're just designing something for the sake of designing something, and if it happens to fit into the world of Rust and Trenches, nice. But we're not going to focus on it, right? It can be whatever it wants to be. But yeah, I'm. You know what kind of weird imagery I'm getting? I'm getting some sort of that Chinese dragon thing, like that you see in festivals. That's like two guys inside of a suit, but instead it's like an actual like creature that looks all festive and stuff like that, like something you'd see in a parade, and it walks around and like enters towns, and maybe I don't know, with some sort of weird fucking magic, it might like take over their minds or something, and people start beating it to death, and then it like reveals something on the inside or whatever. I don't know. Are we okay? Like I want it. You know what it makes me think of? There's this movie, Paprika, the like Japanese psychological weird like dream movie where there's like this noisy ass festival that goes around, and it like as soon as people see it, they sort of like go whimsy, right? Like they go all everything's so fun, and they like slowly turn into shit and like join the parade and stuff like that. It sort of makes me think of something like that, like if it's like a creature or something that forces people to like let their guard down or like makes them sort of see it as friendly, and some people might not be affected by it, and they like looking around being like, you fools, what are you doing? Like this is, this is a false thing, whatever. Trippy one. Yeah, like some sort of, what if it's like a physical gas or something, like a fog rolls into town, and then you hear the bells and jingles from a distance, and cymbals crashing as the kids run out, and they're like, what? We're in a poor little fucking lumber neighborhood, and there's a random parade coming through, and everybody goes like, yay, and then they get, I don't know, slaughtered or something. Would be a great horror story. Yeah, you know what that okay, so pinata, Chinese dragon thingy, but it also makes me think of more like European Celtic, or I'm just throwing random words out. Where's that thing from? You know what I'm thinking of? That tradition where there's like a group of people that walk around in a horse costume and sing like rhymes in people's houses, or at people's houses, like this stuff. And then if you can't persuade them to leave, they raid your pantry or whatever the fuck happens. I don't remember. Where's that from? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And there's like a human puppet on top. Ooh, I like that. I like human puppet on top. Like I'm sort of thinking like a little guy. What are you what about like a little, just a stupid little hand puppet guy who's like a jester standing on top of it, like conducting it and stuff? Like I'm just sort of picturing this guy for some reason. It's a little, and like a weird little, like the face got to be weird somehow. It's just a little stupid guy. Mary, yeah, that one. Rap Battle Horse, yes, that one. Um, the Fluter of Ham. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's kind of giving me Pied Piper vibes as well, right? I mean, we already have like the Rat Catcher, but I'm sort of thinking more like, like it has to produce melody somehow. Let me write down just Pied Piper somewhere. Yeah, Dancing Plague vibes, kind of. Okay, Dancing Plague as well. I sort of. Hmm. Maybe it has this eerie flute surrounding it when passes by. I feel like I want it to be like physically represented on the design. Like have elements that are made of like going full parade mode, have elements that are cymbals and flutes and horns, like the horns, the not the spiky horns. So like literally as it's moving and stuff like that, it sort of like makes music. Maybe it could have one of those marching drum things. Collects people and turns into a huge centipede with hundreds of, yeah, okay. Yeah, what if, okay. Like why is it so we're saying like it controls people and then the people like join the parade. So the dragon or whatever the fuck it is like keeps getting longer, and like under the costume is just malnourished, almost dead people just constantly dancing along forever. Oh, bagpipes for sure. Hive mind, sort of. So are we? Hold on. if the dragon grows, I'm kind of thinking how it grows. Like it would sort of be interesting if it it makes people want to grow it. Does like the dragon's made out of things and stuff. So it's not like flesh or maybe it is flesh, but the outer hull of it that looks like a Chinese dragon, fucking mimic, whatever the thing, is made out of like random shit. So when it goes through a town, the farmers get like possessed and they start like hauling bundles of hay to it to like add to its length and stuff and cloth and clothing and hanging fabrics and pots and pans and shit. Like they keep just pulling more things that they can get their hands on to like make it bigger. Does that make sense? Feeds off hysteria? Yeah, yeah. Kazoo. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I'm thinking it's slowly falling apart, and the people that it's controlling are probably also, dying from exhaustion and stuff like that. So it keeps having to like replace people. Yeah, so it's a giant, long as hell walking parade thing that possesses towns and villages, taking their people, and those people like ransack their homes and stuff to add to the parade monster thing. Katamari Damacy? Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I'm still thinking like, okay, I do think it makes Theseus parade monster human centipede. Yeah, kinda. I'm kind of still stuck on the nesting doll things, like how we can yeah, I sort of think of them being left in like a dead trail. Yeah, I do think there needs to be some sort of flesh or something holding it together. Like I like the idea of like a humans just holding up a thing, but we need that thing to have more substance to it, sort of like a body. Like what is this thing actually? Is it could be like a creation of a witch or something, or just a witch itself. A witch of hysteria. Maybe it can shed its skin like a like I can imagine the front head being the witch's head or like the creature's actual like dead decomposing head. Witch of FOMO. Boot-nosed witch. Like, okay, okay. I think what would be fucked is if the thing is dead, right? Wouldn't that be interesting? It's just already dead. It's just because of the nature of what it was, it keeps having its effect even after it's dead. So they're just parading around a corpse of a thing that used to live off of hysteria, but it's still like perpetually doing that even though it's dead. It's a corpse now, but they keep like parading it around. Maybe it was like some ironic thing where we can say it was a person accused of witchcraft turned into this thing and like possessed all the people in town that wronged them or whatever, and that's when it started, and then they just paraded its corpse around until it turned into this thing. So the thing is dead. It's just that people don't let it go. Yeah. Corpse parade. I think that's if it is a witch, could be part of the parade dragon thing in front replacing the head of the puppet like a centaur. That's what I said. Yes, like the front of the head is like a giant witch head. Order witch, fear of losing control or runnings. No, no, I think hysteria witch is a very like makes sense. What would lure people into the parade? Some sort of psychological gas or whatever. Yeah, how okay, okay. I think a large part of what can affect the design of the thing is how it affects people. What is this thing doing that is controlling people to join the parade? I think it shouldn't just be sound because that's not fun, right? I We can add like the instrument elements and stuff like that, but there needs to be something. I like it when there's like a physical thing that's causing it, right? Again, yeah, no, not just the sound. Like maybe it's like yeah, we can go with parasites. Parasites would be an easy way out. Um, or let's say how. Parasites is obviously the easy answer. Smells good. Smell, I guess. Smell, sound. Sound for sure. I mean that one we're keeping, but like something on top of that. I like the idea of peas. Why do I like the idea of peas? What can we do with peas or shells? Nuts. Nuts, peanuts. Um, if we go smell, then yeah, like flowers or plants makes sense. Seeds. What's that word? Spores. We can always go shrooms. It's shrooms is an option. Psychedelic shit. you know? Have fruits growing on that may be candy. Yeah, yeah, candy would be good. Unnatural, but the food can tempt people into going closer and being swallowed up. Yeah, fruits. I think fruits or candy is interesting because it's like a lot more of a physical thing. Jumping beans with worms in them. Interesting. Apples. Apples, yeah. I mean, now we're just listing fruit. Okay. I'm kind of thinking if the witch is like a red herring. Not that the witch isn't the reason why it's happening, but sort of more like the witch is dead, but whatever the witch created is keeping it going. So it's like some sort of plant or thing that is growing inside the body and like connecting them all together. Like there has to be some sort of framework inside this thing that is holding it together. And I'm sort of thinking like plants or vines does make sense. So there's things to build off of, you know? And the people inside holding it up. Root system. Yeah, some sort of root system. And then the fruits grow like in here and these guys like are perpetually like eating them or whatever. Like that could be something. I want there to be some like little guys. Does that make sense? I want there to be like some little dudes besides this main like creature. Right? I'm thinking it's a little empty if it's just this thing walking with like a bunch of people inside. I want there to be like a like little. Cheeky little guys. Do the little dudes need to be human or humanoid? No, no. They don't need to be. I'm just thinking where the hell they came from. I guess I don't need to necessarily think about that yet. I still feel like we're losing. I really want to incorporate the Russian nesting doll idea. It could be that the little guys grow. So instead of it being just fruit, the the little guys grow off of the corpse of the main thing. They drop down and act all silly and stuff, and they like persuade people, like they have some sort of aura to them that makes people want to chase them and tear them open. And then there's candies inside them that they then like eat, and then they get possessed. Does that make sense? Could be made by the witch and go out of the cursed people. Yeah. Could also be the I'm kind of thinking, okay, do we the people, does something happen to them besides them just being dead, like after a while, like they turn into corpses? Do we want there to be something more interesting that happens to them? What if they keep getting smaller? what if what if like their outer shell dies and then they hatch into a sillier guy, and then that silly guy dies and then they another smaller sillier guy comes out of them? Is that a possibility? That's kind of goofy though, I'd say. Yeah, an absurd amount of little guys, I'm thinking. The humans could turn into Russian nesting dolls. I mean, you know what it's kind of making me thinking of? The fat dudes from Little Nightmares. Like that sort of shit. Like they feast on the vine like, oh, hold on. It's a plant, right? The vine goes into their fucking mouth and grows inside them like those Buddha pears or like Buddha apples, where it like contorts to the shape of the thing. So like the plant goes down their neck and it grows inside them and they become like this sort of, pear-shaped thing, like the fat dudes from Little Nightmares, and they sort of look like a sack of like, yeah, the guests, like a sort of sack of just loose fat skin. And then they eventually, like, their bottom half just falls off and there's a and then the gourd guy just pops out of it, like a gourd guy pops out of them. And you know what would be fun? I think it would be fun if like each stage of them just perpetually stays alive, like they slowly decompose, but after whatever the hell comes out of them comes out and they're left as like this wobbly husk, they just are still alive, so they just put themselves back together and like start waddling around and like putting hay inside themselves and stuff or something like that. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, so there's a vine creature that goes down the throats of the people that get possessed and grows into a Russian nesting doll thing inside them. Then it eventually hatches out, leaving uh, a husk that's just like a half dome thing. And then the Russian nesting doll thing is just like a goofy guy. They become scarecrows. Yeah, sort of like scarecrows. Um, so mini ecosystem. Yeah, yeah. So let's say this. It turns into big guy, right? And then inside big guy is little shits, and inside the little shits are the fruits. the fruits to get more people uh addicted in the cycle. So that's how the plant thing like reproduces. It goes into people, turns into big gourd, matryoshka, like Russian doll gourd, comes out, pops out more little guys, and then those little guys like go around towns. Like they come into town first, and they're just these goofy little guys, and just like go to the kids and like hand out candy and shit like that, and then it just escalates from there. Goofy goober, but chest bursters. Yeah. Hold on. Having the witch be dead complicates things. No, no, no. That's the thing. The corpse of the witch is what produced this vine. So the corpse is just like a thing that's left over, like a husk, but it's not like a part of the chain of whatever we're talking about here. So the vine is like independent from the witch at this point, but the witch is just like getting dragged along by um by this the consequences of whatever the fuck it created, this stupid like hysteria parade. Yeah, whatever is wrong with you is awesome. Thank you very much. I mean, this is okay. I'm really happy that I did this stream because this is fun. I haven't done this in a while, and I like brainstorming things like this. This is like my favorite part of drawing. It's just brainstorming things like the witch is dead, but the magic is not. Yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah. So we have to design little guys. We have to design bigger guys, and then corpses. I don't, if we have big guys and then like corpses, I don't think we need the corpses. It's too many steps. Like, why is this thing not dead? At that point, I feel like it should be dead. And you know what would be fun? At the point where like this thing hatches out of it, this thing is just shriveling up and getting its nutrients sucked back into the vine. So that's like how the thing reproduces pretty like how it gets the nutrients from the people is like these guys slowly shrivel up, so they stay attached. So the thing bursts out of them and they stay attached as like this limp meat sack and just drag their feet along, and then they slowly just shrivel up into like a raisin and get incorporated into the mass of whatever is inside this thing, right? I would love if the bigger guy is just the little guy wearing big pants. What? I love if I would love if the bigger guy is just the little guy is wearing big pants. What does that mean? But yeah, so we can take and spray. We can make these guys look like peas, and then have no pods, and then have this be the the peas to the pod, and then the little seeds inside the peas. Jester dolls, but made of fruit flesh. Yeah, like we can totally. Oh, you know what we can take inspiration from? Might be weird, but you know those abstract paintings that people used to do where they drew people made out of fruit? We could maybe use that as inspiration. Where they're little silly fruit guys and they're like completely unassuming, like there's a silly guy made out of grapes running around and the kids just chase him and oh, grape drop to the floor. Oh, this tastes really good. I take a few handfuls of them and like the kids tear them apart or whatever, take all the fruits off of his fucking bones and like go to the parents and they have some too, and then it just is already all over. but they don't clash. Sick as fuck. Yeah, yeah. I'm liking how they don't really clash. Hold on, let me look up those paintings. Uh, this stuff. Yeah, not creepy at all. Not creepy at all. So cute, whimsical. Moving island. I wouldn't say it's like to the extent of an island. I'd say it's pretty long. Like it's a parade, but not like too wild. Doll idea could be a cool separate concept where the virus infects a child or itself. Huh. Okay, that is I mean I thought I was being fucked up to an extent, but like that is fucked up. I love it. But holy shit, man. I feel like the whole Russian doll idea could be a cool separate concept where the virus infects a child, the child forces itself into its mother, and then the mother forces itself into her husband. Holy shit, man. Like the visual of that is very clear in my head, but I don't like that it is. God, it's like oh, it's definitely like that scene from uh there's that weird horror movie where the whole town is just made up of the same guy. I think the movie's just called Man. Like a horror movie called Man or Men, I think. And there's like a scene at the end where there's a pregnant version of that dude who just keeps giving birth to himself again and again, and that's what that made me think of. Oh, they do have like texture and cracks and stuff like that. I haven't illustrated it properly, but yeah, the pillars do have like intricate designs on them and stuff. Yeah, maybe okay. Let me nesting dolls. Let's look up some references and try to get some inspiration. And also because it's like a curse and stuff, we really don't need to necessarily stick to, oh, it's a plant, so we can't have like unrealistic elements or something. No, it's reality bending. Fuck it. We can have them literally be painted Russian dolls that pop out of people with vine arms and legs or whatever. Yeah, then pinatas. Oh no, that's not pinatas. In in That's interesting. I didn't know you spelled it that way. It's gonna bring back memories of that game, Pinatas. I've never played it. I just, for some reason, I have memories of that game. Hmm. These aren't. These are too modern. Is there like a more? Probably exists, right? No. Huh. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the Forbidden Land. I'm going to Pinterest. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat, by the way. This is time for me to like look up some references to get some ideas of what we're trying to do. I think there's some. Here you go. I think these are AI. Are these AI? No, these aren't AI, but I like the look of this. I have no idea where this is from. But I just saw it and it's made of hay, so it makes me think of what we're trying to do right now. Ooh, okay. Yeah, no idea where this is from, but it's interesting. I'm just gonna pull together a bunch of references and we can like remove some or talk about which parts we like of what and try and like see what we can come up with. I okay, that's a creature. That is a thing we can probably do something with. And then there is yes, this is the thing. I'm gonna try to like infuse a level of whimsy into the parts of the design. Like patterns and stuff like that would be really good. Sort of folklory looking stuff. Bells, colors, of weird wooden heads. Oh, this stuff is this AI? No, I think so. I love that they added false eyes into the sockets. That really makes it less creepy, huh? Yeah, braids and tassels and all that. What the fuck is that thing? I mean, yeah, sure. Let's use that as well, I guess. Whatever this is. The little guys also make me think of like those medieval drawings of like little guys. Some sort of like turnip 28 style goofy like thing. Yeah, yeah, I'm using all of these. Yep, these are the ones. Yep. Oh yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Found another hay thing as well. This guy, fun. And then, um, I need... Where is... I'm looking for something specific. Yeah, big bells. Big bells. Where are those things? Or... Yeah, wherever this is, I have no idea where this is either. Like it. This too, yeah. And then I need walking. What's walking? What are those guys called that have like a bunch of uh like instruments strapped on them, like one man bands? Yeah, this. I like this. I like the big drum and the I forgot what that thing is called. Ooh, another fun thing I guess is this guy. I really like the strings he has attached to his feet that help like give the percussion. So we can definitely have like the vines attached to the feet of the people who it's controlling and stuff and like keeping them walking. And then lastly, the this uh yeah, we're probably not gonna take too much inspiration from the Chinese like dragon dancer thingy. So we'll go more in like a folklore direction with that same idea. I'm just gonna take one image so I don't forget it. There you go. There you go. That's that's what we have. Search up Hungarian Uzo? Check. Keyboard. Oh yeah, those are the guys. Or similar in some sense. Yeah, this is kind of giving me I like these. I like these. Thank you. Yeah, let's use some of these as well. Also, actually, we can take some sort of subtle undertones. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget it. Um, because of the nature of what we're drawing with like it persuading people and leading people into a parade, those like big cloaks and stuff like this, like these big like shapes also make me think of shepherds. A lot of shepherds in like colder regions have really big cloaks and stuff like that. So I'm sort of thinking it makes sense to subtly hint at like a shepherd sort of look to them as well, because there's a connection there. There's a connection. Ever seen a Noken? No, I'm gonna search that up too. If you have any suggestions for references, send them in now because I'm gonna be looking at chat. And no, this does not. I don't know what this is, and yeah, I have no idea what a Noken is. I'm looked at it, some like sea creature or whatever thing. Does anyone ever know the African spirit dancing bush thing? I mean, I do have like some the thing where they hop a lot. Are you talking about that? Yeah, what is that? Let's see if I can find this. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but this thing, sorry, this guy, uh, who dances, calling them things, because everything that I'm pulling up looks so inhuman. Punch and Judy puppets. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna take those as inspiration. I like the faces. I think we definitely want some like memorable faces for the designs. I'm gonna go with the ones I know of actually, not like the Punch and Judy. I don't know that ones, but the ones I do know of are the Kasperle figures that uh, Germany has, which is like a similar idea, slapstick, hand puppet style thing with like exaggerated faces and stuff. Having trouble finding good faces. They're all like the rubber ones, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for wooden ones. Roughly carved porcelain ones. That's weird. I'm not gone, by the way. I'm just looking through references. That's why I'm quiet. I'm just looking for interesting things that catch my attention. I found this. Don't know what it is. It's like a vase or something. But I like the face. It's interesting. No, and I'm also I searched up Punch and Judy because I couldn't find any good ones for Kashpala, and I found some good ones for Punch and Judy. So you were right with that. Yeah, look at this thing. Kind of like goofy looking, which is interesting. Are there more exaggerated ones in this? Really? These are good, I guess. They're like quite smooth. You know, I'm thinking about like more exaggerated 3D shapes, which I'm not really finding. But I think okay, I'm gonna stop finding references for now, and we can start just trying to tinker around with these ideas and see what we can come up with, and then we can find more references later on if we need them. So I'm gonna write down a little bit of the parts that I like about the reference, so I know what I'm trying to get out of them. Okay, so I like this head. This good. This sort of like exaggerated, whimsical kind of design of head. I like a lot. It's similar to these as well. And this, yeah. I like the fruit idea, uh, or veg. We'll have to think about that. Russian nesting dolls. I like the overall shape. Like I definitely want them to have simple shapes with like very easy to identify silhouettes. And also, I like that they're painted. I think we definitely want something that is painted as well, because then we can keep the shape simple and still have like a lot of or have detail when we need it in the face and stuff. We can just have it be more flat and then just paint on features. Um, and also like the shape of these and like these little medieval dudes. I like those as well. Um, and like overall the shape of or like the texture of this like hay. I definitely think it should be a main body of hay, of like tattered cloth ribbons, braids, tassels, just random garbage basically just tacked onto this thing. So with that, I guess this is a good reference as well. And then the bells. I like the bells. Definitely want a lot of bells. And I want there to be an obvious cymbal and drums. Those are like the most important is drums and cymbals. And we need those to be somewhere on the outside of the design that clearly shows um where the sound is coming from. And then also like where is it? Where is it? Yeah, the foot activated. So activated with string on foot. Then also some sort of drone. We have percussion, drums, bells, cymbals, and then flute. I think some sort of flute or kazoo, or we can even go with like whatever that thing is. I keep forgetting what the hell it's called. This, but that might be too similar to. Yeah, no. I think some sort of flute would fit a lot more. Flutes to me feel more whimsical. Bagpipes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Flutes or bagpipes can work too. Okay, there you go. So let's try just designing some random stuff. So I want to start with the little guys, actually. I think the little guys would be really fun. I like the goofy hat on. How do they move? Are they mechanical? Or not like I mean like not that they're like literally mechanical, but visually like how are they moving? Whimsy. I need to keep reminding like the main idea. Hold on. Let me write these down so I know what I'm trying to go for. So whimsy, silly, kind of creepy, a little bit creepy. So the most I'm thinking wooden hands and legs, but have them connected with like cloth the same way you'd see in like a hand puppet. I'm sort of thinking hand puppet. And like frills are definitely a good idea. A unicycle is actually quite funny. Are they like nutcrackers? Sorta, yeah. So it's kind of, I think it'd be interesting if their heads are like kind of loose then, if I'm going off of hand puppets. And also, we have to remember that these guys came out of the bigger ones. So it would be interesting if we have a very clear stem that they came from, like from the top of their head. They have a sort of gourd stem thing going on. Oh, and then we can take these as inspiration. Uh, uh, uh. These, yeah, these, perfect. These guys. To have them have like it would make sense if they had more soft features so they burst open. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking okay. Hold on. We need to write down what roles these guys have. So they are they make noise. They're noisy, which can be bells, chimes, and then they also distribute in brackets candy. Uh, so that's the main two things that we need to bring across in the design. They have the candy, and they make noise, and also the stem. The stem needs to be there. Little little stupid feet. You know what I'm thinking? If their head like pops open and they have the seeds inside, like they can take their hat off. I'm thinking those like little calling bells would be fun for them to have and just shake around. Also, they would rattle as well, huh? If they have like hard candies inside themselves when they're running around and stuff, you'd hear them like maracas running around. I want them to be really simple, because they're like the smallest iteration of what the hell this even is, so I don't want them to be very complicated design-wise. Like this. Uh, oh yeah, I haven't watched Over the Garden Wall. I've wanted to for a long time. I don't know why I haven't. Hmm. They have to look like little kids. They don't. Actually, instead of a bell, I want that like there's those like sticks with bells on them. Forgot what those are called. Sticks with bells on them, I guess. These ones. That gives me a lot more whimsy. And I think another word that would fit them is clumsy. I think clumsy would be a good way to describe them. I want them to be clumsy. Clum, clumsy, stubby, sort of dopey looking. I don't know how to dopey. Hold on. Do they have legs or wheels instead of feet? I think they would ride unicycles, some of them, but I don't think all of them would. Like, they still need some sort of legs. I do think they definitely still need some sort of legs. Hmm. Magic. It's a magic unicycle. They grow it on the tree. I do want that, like, coat for them. I like them having a coat, and I like the little silly rattler that they have as well. Like, this stays, right? These two elements stay. But the head and the... It's gotta be big. Thinking the ears need to... What if the heads come in different shapes? Kinda Hollow Knighty. Gourd. So derpy. We designed something with the people in the stream and came up with a parade monster that's just the corpse of a witch that has a parasitic vine attached to it, that grows Matryoshka doll minions that go out and lure little kids with candies that grow inside of them, and then those candies take over the minds of the people who eat them, and then they join the parade. So these are the little gourds that go out and lure kids and adults and stuff. Like they're supposed to be cute looking, right? Because if we make something that outright looks suspicious and creepy, no way somebody's gonna, you know, ever fall for that. So we do need something that actually looks kind of appealing. I'm thinking too narrowly. You know what I just realized? I'm thinking way too narrowly of what kind of plant these guys are. Because the thing is, I'm having trouble with the hat thing. But like, I can make it an acorn if I want to. Like, why not have a fucking acorn head or something? Like, all of this can we can have so many types of plants be represented. It does not need to be a fucking gourd. We took gourd as the starting inspiration, but it doesn't need to be that all the way through. So yeah, have it be like an acorn. This is definitely giving beacorn vibes. If you guys, oh, by the way, if you don't know beacorns, I highly recommend you checking out beacorns. Beacorns. Uh, it's a fictional like creature or beacorns are tiny acorn people that an artist made up and he crafts them out of acorns and stuff and then takes pictures of them in nature and it's wonderful. They are absolutely adorable. What if they resemble animals? Yeah, that can work too. Guy photograph. The guy's photography. I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it too. And it's just a fun fact that he wait, wasn't it I think take this with a grain of salt. I don't know if I remember it correctly, but I think he worked on designing Bionicles for Lego. Like that's what he did before that, or one of the things that he did was he designed Bionicles, and that's where he got like the idea of like making little guys out of random acorns and stuff like that from because that's how they designed Bionicles. Was by like kit bashing already existing pieces and sculpting new ones and stuff like that and just putting them together and see what works. It looks angry. I want to look angry. Goofy. But it works. I'd say that works. And these can be like dried berries as well that act as jingles or rattlers. Yeah, they can definitely resemble animals too, but I'm liking them looking humanoid like this. Yeah, they definitely can look like animals. The fuck would I make them look like animals? Because the thing is that give them four legs. And, oh yeah, I can use mushrooms too. Why not 3 legs instead? Good point. Why not 3 legs? They're just like a weird stool thing. So goofy. So like under the cloak, that's just what they look like. They're like a gourd and then 3 stupid little stilts. Downturned flowers. Oh, good point. Yes. The dresses or their little cloaks can definitely look like flowers. So instead of walking, I'm sort of thinking instead of walking, they sort of wobble. Like, uh, uh, they move like this. Like, hold on. How do I, like that? You know, like, click, 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 click. Like if you had a chair or a stool with like one short leg and just kept rocking it back and forth. So they're really rigid, kinda, and they rattle around as well, like a maraca, as they're like just like waddling back and forth. And like I can imagine them sort of being very stiff but weirdly agile, like click, 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 click. And then they probably like fall on their side and start rolling down the sidewalk, and the kids are chasing them. And it's just rolling down the sidewalk and then gets up at the end like with a hop on its legs and then just wobbles along again. Yeah, like a sort of penguin wobble. He just spins and tumbles around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that actually. I like that. Hold on, let's write that down. Like stuff. Yeah, so in that case, I do think it's interesting if we make it like a flower, like this, and then just have like just 3 sticks coming out of it, like this. Holy shit, actually, flower is genius. Whoever just suggested flower, because you know what? These rattlers, you know what they look like? They look like the inside of a flower, like those fucking pollinator thingies. So it makes total sense that it's like a part of a flower. These are like the stems, and then one of them turns into like a pollinator thing that actually like dries out and turns into a rattle. This instead. And then the leaves sort of go brown, maybe at the bottom. Stamen, yeah, yeah, whatever that is. Would be a weird penis. Yeah, they are the reproductive organs of a plant, but we're not going to think about it that much. And then an acorn hat. Why does it look like over the garden wall? I mean, whimsical thing made out of plants, so of course it looks like over the garden wall kind of design. Do they dance? They wobble. Do we like the ears? I think it adds just a little bit more to them. I think I might keep the ears. This looks stupid. Cashews for ears, good point. Little little nubbins coming out. Don't even know if they're actually ears or not. Like this. Hold on. Let's try and color it. The color definitely needs to be like whimsical. I'm thinking to fully pull the parade idea, there needs to be an intentionality in the colors. So instead of it just being like, oh, the flower just happens to be yellow or whatever, this is just me cropping it, by the way. This is not the color that I'm gonna pick. I'm thinking it should be like muted tones, like an acorn, but then have it look like the face is painted on. Like those are where the vibrant colors come in and stuff. So it looks like they painted it for the sake of the parade, which they didn't. What are paradey colors? I'll go with an orange for now. It's not intentional. Red, white, and yellow feels paradey. Does he have an extra chromosome? Looking a little special. Still not quite there. I think there needs to be more. Like, I like the shape, I like the idea of it. There just needs to be more intentionality on his face. Like, there's something. Like, it's not like it just got constructed out of random bits. Like, there's definitely some magic or whatever that had a had a part to play in the creation of it. I definitely think we can actually like separate the face from the nut. So there's like two different colors. So the face is more distinct and it looks kind of like he has like some sort of hood on as well, which can be cute. Have the cashews curl in more so they look more like ears. And then the nose, like what is that? What is the nose? He's fucking cracked out. Ooh, ooh. No, we cannot. I was gonna be like, what if these eyes? No, no, these eyes do not work. He's fucking zooted. He's zonked out of his fucking mind. I do think it'd be interesting if the eyes inside the sockets are actually like wooden balls. So it's a whole socket with a ball inside that has a hole in it, and it can actually like move around and stuff. It's good. I like it. No, not the big giant eyes. Tweaking the little Fent gremlins. There, and then I want. Okay, I just want to make. Mm, the three legs are not going to get misinterpreted, right? While I'm looking at it, are we sure about the three legs? Because we know, right? We know why. But when somebody else looks at it, they'd be like, "Well, why does he have three legs? There's something going on down there. You know what's going on?" So what are we thinking? If we remove his extra, hmm, you know, yeah, yeah, like okay, just look, with, without, with, he's a party animal. Three legs are cool. Call it a third leg. I felt so insecure. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. It's a like I can't even go out in public, honestly. It's terrible. They point and laugh. Like, what's that? What's that massive thing right there? With okay, we're keeping the third leg then. Damn. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. I'm trying to like is there I'm trying to think if there's a possibility to make it look like he has a stupid bowl cut. I think that'd be perfect. Oh yeah, we add a crack there. And oh yes. Perfect. Right? He's not high, all right. He's just ooh. Are they edible? Yes. The crack in the shell, yeah. Hmm. If I add like jester hat looking stuff to his head, I think that's gonna be two on the nose, right? A little much. I like this though. Propeller hat, of course. My god. Okay, face-wise, are we happy with the face? I'm looking at the references. We don't really have references of like very many interesting faces besides like these, of course. Do we want long nose? Oh, that's definitely. I mean, that's definitely more whimsical, huh? 100%. The whimsy just shot through the roof immediately as I added that pointy nose. Little rat child. Too bright. I mean, it's kind of working, I guess, right? Our green boy. Look at him go. I'm liking it, right? No, little German child, don't join the parade. Why does it have a cock? God damn it. It's a third leg. Are you kidding me? God. It's like a stool. It's not a cock. How dare you? Maybe a fourth leg? Yeah, honestly, a fourth leg might help a lot to quench to stop the accusations of giving this little guy a cock. And here we go. Give him a fourth. There you go. No more cock. Now just four little stool legs. Bright red fruits. Yeah, good point. The fruits should be like the highlight. They're supposed to be like, oh yeah, yeah. Red, like nice, juicy red fruits. Some sort of berry. That. Look at that. Look at that little guy. Look at this little guy. Hold on. And like the spots where the leaves turn brown can be like a sort of spotted pattern like this. Ah, yeah. I mean, yeah, right? What if like white dots? Anna. Look at that little guy. Banana peel. Okay, fine. No dots then. Jesus, you ruined it. Fucking Flintstone looking at banana peel looking at his clone. God damn it. Can't even handle the whimsy. You ruined my whimsy. What if we just like sort of add around the edges here? And then oh, we can add another layer of yellow underneath to sort of make it look like there's multiple petals. Yeah, there you go. There you go. What, Simon? Look at the Western European folk clothes for the flower cloak. Western European folk clothes. I mean, yeah, but it's like made out of plant, so we'll still have to stick with like flower looking stuff, right? Maybe a different color than brown. Yeah, good point. Hold on. We might be able to hold on. If the red, there's a green. Can we get away with a blue? Haven't used many blues. We might be able to get away with a blue. Have like more cold colored. Yeah, a blue might actually work. I mean, I feel like they'd come in multiple colors. But for this one, let's just do a blue. Let me do a blue. Hmm? Yeah, kinda. I like it. It looks like butterfly wings. What? Look at what? Hold on, I missed it. Yeah. By the way, you don't have to write all capitals. It feels to me like you're screaming at me, just like clutching my legs, be like, please, please, look up stuff and whatever stripper work. Stuff, stuff for stare, whatever you wrote. I looked it up. It looks really nice. I recognize this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, those kinds of patterns would be fun to use. I don't know where I'd use them though. On this guy? On the cloak maybe, yeah. Try. Um Seems like most of these have like a black garment as an undertone though. So we're gonna have to go with brown. Poopy brown. And then let's see, this is gonna be a horrible simplification of what you told me to use, but I'm just gonna try it out to see how it looks. I'm just thinking if it would be good to add patterns or not. Because it makes it look more intentional, but hmm. I think the facial expressions doesn't lure in people. I mean, it doesn't lure in thoughts either. These empty head. I think it's fine. I mean, they're grown, like they're synthetic, weird, born out of plant people things. So I feel like their head or like their facial features being a little off and goofy makes sense to me. I'd 100% take them to my children so they could maul. Yeah, yeah, I feel like this is perfect. They're unsuspecting whimsy. Yeah, what if the flower is white actually? And then we can try and add patterns. They could be painted by the kids. That might be a fun. Let's try and make it seem like it's an intentional pattern first. See how that looks. Too many green dots. It's fine. Trying stuff out. No, but the red could kind of work. Just the red. I miss the blue, kinda. What? It's a lot more attention grabbing, which actually does work. Like it. I actually kind of like it, yeah. Kind of weird. Could incorporate blue somewhere else in the design so it like matches. If I put it around the eyes, it is definitely whimsical, right? And put it on the blue-eyed, beautiful blue-eyed child. Make the nose blue. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. Blue nose. Weird. Everything blue. I think some red is good. Hold on, I gotta make him puddle away or hobble away. I need to see it. Ooh, ooh. I wish I could make him like this. Oh, crook, and then just rolls away. Come here, children. Come, play with me. I have tasty berries for you to eat. Yum! Oh, come hither, this way. There are more berries where they. I came from a from a carnival. These are carnival berries. Bring back the 3 legs. No, I think we have to do 4. Sadly, I wish like I agree with you. I would like to do 3, but I know like you gotta admit that nobody's gonna or most people will not let that go. They'll be like, haha, 3 legs. Oh, look at that third leg, huh? Like that's gonna be the joke. So I feel like we need to do 4 legs, sadly, because it just prevents those. You're starting to sound like a predator. I mean, it is a predator, right? It is sort of a predator. It's luring away kids. That's its whole shtick. But yeah, I like this. I like this. It's nice and goofy looking. think we can do more, though. We can try some different things. Another thing that might be interesting is to have the cap that makes up the hair, like, take up more space. So, yeah, beacorns, pretty much. I'm just stealing beacorn, I guess. This. Face is taking me out. What if just... Oh. No nose, maybe? Gotta keep a nose. Oh. I think that's the sound I'm just imagining. Really, if we remove the mouth, we can sort of make them look like birds. The Edna Mo fucking haircut. You see where I'm coming from, right? Like, we can sort of make them look like... Or Pikmin, yeah. Hold on. Let's try something else from the acorn head. We can try and do, like, if we go the gesture route fully, we can... What the... Is it turning emo? No, that's too much. What if it's just open? Oh my god, the cranium. The cranium on this guy. Just open. Like some of them lost their hat. Oh no, I'm losing all my yummy, yummy candy. Hopefully, no children come and steal them away from me. And hopefully, those children don't take those candies and distribute them amongst the responsible adults. Oh no, how terrible. That would be the last thing I want. I had like a bowl full of berries, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that too. Like that's the sort of variety I guess between them is like some of them can have a lot different facial features. And some of them would have symbols too. I think symbols would be fun. This guy's just got a he's just a little fucked. Uh, 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 he's trying his best though. And he has like a tall fucking. Uh, there you go. Oh, I forgot the ear. And this guy doesn't need ears. This guy though. This guy definitely needs some fucking ears. Oh, yeah. He can hear. He can definitely hear some shit. What the fuck are you guys talking about in chat? Gay witch goes hard? No. No, it doesn't. Okay, there you go. I think this is a good assortment or a good style of little goober. I'm quite happy with this. Next, we need to decide on what these things come out of. The bigger goober. Or do we want to... I think I want to skip to the witch, because I just want to figure out what the hell that witch looks like. And then we can figure out the middle portion after. Can't deny the power of the game, which, I mean, I can. What was the name of that one project you worked on, that you drew that root plant dragon thing for? Turnip 28. Okay, and also these guys are, like, small. Compared... I'd say they're, like, knee-high at most. Knee-high. Knee height? As high as your knees. Draw it... Um... Split alpha. Actually quite big. Yeah, I mean, if they're too small, there's not really a reason to design them this much. I'd say, yeah, they have to be, like, decently big. Or at least, like, maybe like calf high, then. Because, like, how many of these do you think come out of the... Okay, let's do the witch first. Like, we definitely want it to look like there's a weird tradition angle around it. Like, the head's the main highlight, so there has to be, like, I want, like, a wooden carved head, probably. And, like, symbols for eyes, I thought might be fun. Or maybe for horns or something like that. And then the rest of the body follows that. Yeah, where does the witch... I sort of want her to look, or the witch, whatever turned into this thing, to look like an empty husk at this point. Like, the body's been just, like, stretched and also I do want the drums and cymbals are important. How can I make those happen? Like, just having them haphazardly, like, along the back, I don't feels right. But if we just have them, like, running along the back like this, that doesn't really make sense. does it? We can use like caterpillar imagery on the witch as well, because then it does sort of emulate that idea that somebody suggested way at the start of the wasp. What was that called? Hold on. The the no, the wasp that lays eggs inside of caterpillars. We can sort of go with that idea, where it's like the the host, which is the caterpillar, is like long dead, but the parasites that have taken it over are still like carrying it around and using it. Hmm. It's sort of giving me, or the idea that I'm sort of going off for its body is like the when the No Face from Spirited Away got like really fat and he's like just dragging his body behind him. I'm sort of thinking that the head is actually like disproportionately small to the rest of the body, and the rest of the body is just this pile of just random shit. So the head definitely needs to look the most intentional. I can sort of make it look like a snail if we have the drums be like here on the back, so they sort of pile together. No, I don't think balloons fit. Hold on. I think actually we can have the head be inspired by those I think somebody also said those in chat. The Carnix or whatever they're called. They're like horn instruments. So we can have those be at the head of it. And it wouldn't be a stretch to say that they have those. We're just assuming that it's in Rust and Trenches. If we're going off the idea that this is in Rust and Trenches, they have those like war horns laying around anyway, so makes sense why they would have them. Carnix, yeah, those. Be cool if the witch's head was like here and sort of gave the separating point between the head and the body. So just like mouth loosely open and the hair and then like an ear here. So the witch was like huge, actually. Or at least their head was huge. And then the jaw can just like loosely drag along the ground, I guess. And have the hands and arms drag as well, perhaps. How big is this thing? I'm sort of thinking it's like not that big compared to a person. It's like this big. Like these front people would be crouched down. These guys can stand up. It's not that crazy. I don't want it to be too over the top because the larger it gets, the less each element of it can be significant because they need to be smaller and smaller to make sense size-wise. So if we make it like gigantic, like it has 100 people in it or whatever, then it very quickly just gets to become a mess and like hardly readable of what the hell it even is. So I have to keep it small because it's a mess enough even when it's small. I'm liking it. I'm like, for some reason, I like having designs that are not too messy. And so I struggle with doing designs like Bloodborne or Dark Souls, or like the more like not specifically those games, I guess. I just struggle with um mutated or like messy designs in general, like the idea of this, or like xenomorphs, like Dead Space style zombie monsters. I struggle with those because I normally just give things one head and then two pairs of legs or four pairs of legs. Like I need it to be a clean pieces and nice separation between them. Like I can't do like, or I don't often do like multiple messy heads like conjoined or like spilling over and stuff because it just looks unpleasant to me. But the whole idea of that kind of design is to be unpleasant, so I have trouble with those because I just naturally want to make it look clean and intentional. But the haphazardness and the non-satisfying way things fit together are part of the design. Huh. Oh, if you need help, Simon, let me know. Oh, hello, Ramek. Didn't see you in the chat. Have you been around for a long time? I mean, yeah, if it comes to like xenomorph or like those kinds of designs, I mean, you'd definitely be a big help, for sure. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna try to do this myself, so thank you for the offer, but no. But yeah, I've seen your like most recent posts on Twitter and stuff where you're showing off like the designs you're doing. I don't know if it's like commission work or not, but they're literally that kind of design, of like weird human amalgamation alien monster things. Yeah, those are really cool. Definitely, like for some of them, I definitely was like, I can see the Stephen Oakley inspiration, which I like a lot because the way he draws like weird flesh monsters was also really good. I saw those. He did a bunch for Evolve Stage 2 where it was like a corpse animated by like weird bugs or something. And I saw a lot of, or I saw a reminder of that in the ones you drew. Where do you get your ideas, Lamau? I mean, I just stole them from you. What do you? That's what I just did. The whole stream was I brainstormed with you guys and then just stole all your ideas, and now I'm claiming them as my own. Ha ha ha. Evil, maniacal supervillain laugh. So yeah, I'm not original at all. I mean, I just stole all of your guys' combined ideas. Thank you. Yeah, some old work, all personal stuff. I don't really post commission work. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was, yeah, because I definitely thought it was not a part of your Monster Hunter project, because that would be a very interesting direction to take it in. Like all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's a fucking human homunculus monsters. You can craft armor with them that just have like a flayed furniture look to them, like a serial killer just have somebody's random face on your chest plate. Yeah, that definitely wasn't gonna. apparently not the three-leg idea. I mean, I told you why, okay? I'm sorry, but we just can't. And the little guy. The little guy. We gotta have the little guy. Little puppet guy in front being like, "Arr!" It'd be fun to have like little puppet guys just like walking around. Be a weird thing, just extra. Why? I don't know. They just are little conductors. And make this stream longer for sure. For sheer? What? The horror stuff is easy for me. That's why I started Monster Hunter Project more restricted. Ah, I see. Yeah, I like the pile of drums here on the back. It for sure works. And then the cymbals just like sticking out randomly on like long sticks. That works too. Just random pan and pot lids. Who knows? Yeah, I like that. I feel like I'm settling down on the design too quickly though. Like, God, I keep seeing eh, you're not supposed to do this, obviously, I know, but it's hard not to. I keep comparing myself to other artists and especially concept artists, and I most recently found one on Twitter who, oh my God, like the the thing that I was astonished by was not just the technical skill, but just I completely forgot that aspect of how imaginative they are. Like they can take the same exact concept and deliver it in like infinite amount of ways, different variation and interesting combinations and influences that just show such a vast and deep visual library that they have at their disposal. And it just makes me feel like fuck. Like I can't hold a candle to that shit. Like when I was thinking of as a kid, like, oh, I want to be a concept artist, and I see that shit and I'm like, thank God I didn't choose to do that. Like I can't I it's hard for me to call myself, or I really don't want to call myself a concept artist because what concept artists actually do is so much more impressive. Because I just like, look, I drew like half a head, half a body, and then there you go, done. That's my designing. But a concept artist does like 20, 30, 100 iterations of the same concept to like boil it down to perfect constituent parts. I luckily don't have to torture myself like that because I'm my own boss. Uh but you know, like it's my own project, so I can just be happy with what I draw and just be like, "Yep, okay, there you go. That's the design." But as a concept artist, you know, you gotta do it until somebody else is happy who's not you. Um, like hold on, name drop. Yeah. Hold on, let me send this. Uh, I gotta find them. I can't see my keyboard; it's too dark. I'll send you the link so you don't have to like type it. I'll just put the link in. I'll put the post that made me realize that as the link as well, I guess. That's the image that made me realize. Actually, it is quite similar to what we're doing now with the like weird animal head, but like just look at that. Look at the amount of imagination that goes into each of those. Like I would have drawn one, which is like not even close to half as good as one of these, and then just been like, "Yep, I'm happy with this," and then just moved on. You know, but they drew 5. And even in those 5, you can see how much capacity for imagination they have at their disposal. It's disgusting. Like, just, okay, don't even take into consideration the head, just the fur. Look at the fur of each of the heads. Each one has different styles of fur. I wouldn't even go that, I wouldn't even think that, you know? Like, oh, there's different ways of making the fur look like fur. Like there's more than one types of fur and they changed it out for each version. One that looks more like fluffy and wool like, another one that's more like combed and in the same direction, another one that's more curled, another one that's more like hay like. It's so good. Oh, and this is the one that's this is another one. That's this one. Look at this. How do you think of that? Like this is the kind of shit that I wished I could design for witches, because witches embody a concept, right? And okay, I'm gonna put it on stream as well in case you don't want to click into it. Look at that. Look at that fucking design. It's a crane and crane fish, right? But look, okay, where do I even start? It's a crane, but the body of it, it's coming out of a dead fish with lures on its wings and around the mouth, and its sack under the its sack under its mouth is a net, and its feet are fish hooks, and the wings have fish nets that have lures attached to them as decoration and shit. How? How? Like, how do you get to this point? I mean, yeah, I know how to get to this point. Like, obviously, it's just they worked their fucking ass off to get to this point. But just seeing it is like staring at, a cliff of a difference in skill level. Just like, holy shit. Wish I could do shit like this. Like, yeah, not just I don't care that he rendered it well or they rendered it well or not. I just care about the pure idea of it. And it's so good. And they have a bunch of those where they just like, that's all of them are so good. But yeah, anyway, pretty hard, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's incredible. So yeah, like I wouldn't even go as far as like, oh, what if we try and design the head differently? I drew it once and I'm like, yep, okay, that's the head. There you go. Like I can't call myself a fucking concept artist with that sort of weak disposition. Disposition, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm just using hard words for the sake of it. Really love your art style though. Thanks. And the fact they don't have a chat to steal ideas from. I mean, yes, that as well. Can't believe it. I can't believe thinking up good ideas without stealing them from somebody else or straight up just copying something. Uh, is there other things we can add to this? I'm thinking like if I'm missing something crucial to like a parade or something that can be incorporated that might affect the shape of it. Cool antline integration? Antline? The things that are in the sand that make like the pits that just got added to Peak. Drawing them. Yeah, I think I'm what I'm could sort of say I'm kind of good at. I'd be brave enough to say I'm a little bit good at is I think I'm kind of good at talking to you guys and filtering out what I think works together and then turning that into a design. Right? I can filter out, I can sort your guys' random suggestions into ones that work together and I could see the potential of them and then sort of execute them in a decent manner. Like that's what I'm good at. Coming up with my own shit though, nah. You're good at having taste? Yeah, I guess. Filter feeder? Nah. Nah, you can't. Okay, that hit deep. All right, sus. That one hit deep. Filter feeder. I mean, it's true, but holy shit, that one's. I can't let that one. I gotta like ban you or something for that. I can't let that one slide, right? Personally, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't let them talk to me like that. Filter feeder. Holy shit. It perfectly encapsulates what I'm doing, but I don't want to admit it. Filter feeder. Take it like a man. I mean, the fun part is when a design doesn't come out well, I can just blame you guys instead of taking any of the responsibility and just be like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are garbage today at coming up with ideas. Who the fuck do you think I am? Like, if you guys don't come up with a good idea, no chance, no shot I'm gonna come up with a good one. Like, Simon's voice needs to become TTS. What is TTS? Text to speech? Oh. Um, why? Do you want to hear me more? Like, or do you want to just I mean, with technology nowadays, you can literally just take the streams that I've already done, put them into like an AI algorithm, and just steal my voice and just have me say whatever. And I can't really do anything against that, so I'm just saying it out loud because I mean, if somebody wants to do it, they will just do it. It's inevitable. So, and then I can. I mean, no, no, I wouldn't do that. I was gonna say I could have the like those bots that like read out uh donation messages and just have it be my own voice so I don't have to read them. Just have him speak them out loud myself or with my own TTS. Um, so you can get an emotionless, personally tailored response from me, John S. Monster Garden himself. But no, the reason I thought like, oh, never mind, I don't want to do that is because Um, I never trust what you write in donation messages. I don't know how they filter that in actual streams or like with other streamers how they filter that so those messages don't just say absolutely vile shit. We could give you shit ideas and you'll just still come up with something good. No, no. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, the only reason this came out well is because you guys came up with good ideas. If you came up with shit ideas, this would turn out shit. Yeah, I'm liking this. Like, parts of it can change, but I like the overall shape of it. Even though it's just a slug. And it does pretty much have the same silhouette as a sluppy. And it's just a pile of straw. But I like it. It's a nice pile of straw. One Simon without emotions. John F. Monsterger, and the F stands for filter. Damn. Maybe elk horns. Yeah, some kind of horns would be nice as well, I guess. And elk horns, I mean, or am I drawing moose horns? I don't fucking. Some sort of horns. Uh, you ever just type random shit into ChatGPT and make art? No, haven't tried that before. With bells on them? Oh, of course. Bells. And the toot. The toot horn. There you go. I like that. I like that. The color's gonna be an absolute mess. I mean, I can already see it. The color's gonna be horrible. Uh, just way too much. Let's design the little guy. Simon himself is the gay whatever. Apparently it's a sluppy. Yeah, it does have the same shape as a sluppy. I seem to just inevitably go for the shape of slug. It's inevitable. Do we? I mean, okay, maybe we settled with the slug shape too quickly. But the issue is, with the idea of it being people that get possessed by berries and then become one with it, there's not many shapes you can have people make, right? Because they're people. You can't really have it have big legs or anything because they're people. Or can we have it have legs? Like, what if we stilts? What if stilts? Why? I don't know. But what if stilts? Huh? It would make it a lot more interesting, that's for sure. I feel bad now. I'll stop bullying you. Yeah, serves you right. How dare you? I am gay. I am gay for my girlfriend. That's the only person I'm gay for. I don't know if that makes sense. I just said it for some reason. Yeah. Here she is. Hello. She's enjoying her Pocky. Pet pet. Can't see my hand, but I'm petting her head. My cursor. She's sleeping now, so actually I should probably be quiet. A Chinese dragon if it was on stilts. Yeah, it's basically a Chinese dragon if it was on stilts. So why are we adding stilts? I don't think there's a reason to add stilts. But yeah, but think about it this way. So the the people eat the berries, they get possessed, they join the parade, and the first thing they do is find some long sticks to attach their feet to. Like, I don't think that's good. May I steal Jakob? Yeah, go ahead. Bird legs. Hmm. What if the what if that's just part of the transformation? Uh when like I think it's kind of weird if we have the stilts be like this, and then when people get possessed, they start climbing the stilts and then just never come down. Like they grab onto the legs and like climb up here and then just stay up there. And this is like after they hang there for a bit off of the root, like they just hang on the root with their legs like dangling down, and then eventually like stilts grow out of the bottoms of their feet maybe. The reason I'm thinking stilts, or I'm stuck on the stilt idea, is because, well, parades, parades, stilts, kind of makes sense, sort of. And then it'd be kind of weird as well, because then you'd see like human legs um like hanging off of the bottom of it. But wouldn't they have like sticks coming out of them? Yeah, it'd be kind of weird because then um the ones that are too short still would just be flailing in the air, which is kind of weird. But oh, you know what this reminds me of? Actually, this might be a good idea because it reminds me of that bird. That bird, everybody. Hold on. Bird, bird with blue feet. Yeah, the blue-footed booby. No, that's not the one. Blue long leg. Blue long legs. There's no. Ah, there you go. This is the one I'm thinking of. This guy. So actually, I think that might be interesting if we have him on stilts and then have like shorter legs that are sort of just like walking on nothing until they get long enough. Because it makes me think of this bird. And the thing is, it kind of ties back into the Trojan horse idea, huh? Because, bird with more bird inside. Trojan horse. Ta da. Right? What in the Bloodborne is that? What do you mean? You guys, I feel like this bird is quite common. Like not common like you see it every day. I mean just because of how weird it is, I feel like most people have seen it. Right? This is a jacana, called a jacana apparently. But it holds its bebes under its wings. And because its bebes' legs are also freakishly long, they just sort of dangle down at the bottom like this. Looks like AI. No, it's just baby legs. It's apparently called a jacana. Jacana. Yeah, so stilts might be the way to go. We might be able to go away from the hmm. It also matches the stool stilts of the small ones as well. So that kind of connects it together even more. As my last dying wish before I die of Ligma, please search up Keratos and Chakala Heroes. Chakala Hero. Yeah. I did. I did. It does fit. It does fit. But yeah, we have similar things already, so I don't really need to add it to the list. Yeah, it could be wood that starts growing at the bottom of their feet. What I'm thinking is if we go with the stilt theme, I'm kind of thinking if the adult or the large versions that give birth to the small ones, the lures, are on stilts. So that's their legs growing in, and they just grow through a person's legs, I guess. And then I guess when they hatch or whatever, the person can just tear in half and have the bottom half of that person still like hanging on uh this, like just the bottom half of a decaying corpse, and then the top half is whatever hatched from them. Hooved stilts. I do like the idea of hooves, actually. So, basic idea is this thing has people in it that are attached to the spine of it pretty much by these roots. Um, and those roots grow into whatever inside them, and then also grow roots out of the bottoms of their feet, which turn into stilts. And then eventually, when they grow enough, the bottom half of them detaches and they just walk out with the bottom half of a person, and the top half gets retracted into this and feeds the thing with nutrients, or however it works. And the bottom half just becomes uh, the whatever. Yeah. And how people get up there would be by, well, climbing up the stilts. Look up shepherd stilts. Oh yeah, that also makes sense then. God, we're finding all the connections, huh? Oh no, they have three. They have three. They have three stilts. They have two for their legs and then one that they hold on to. That's a walking stick. No, giving the little guys three legs actually makes sense. No, can't be serious. Yeah, so these are the connections we've managed to make um is hold on, Trojan horse into I'm not gonna actually write it. It's just gonna be a graphic. Trojan horse into Matryoshka dolls, into also no Trojan horse into thing inside of thing, into Matryoshka or Russian dolls, nesting dolls, into peas, which is into plants, which then goes into why or um how it like controls people, which is fruits. Uh, then those fruits go, back into the Matryoshka idea of like thing inside of thing. The stilts or luring people in and deceiving them is uh gets connected with shepherds and like luring and leading people away, like leading children and people away and deceiving them like shepherds. That also goes back into these birds with long legs, which have their children under their wings, like Trojan horses. So they're like have multiple of them inside, and then also goes to shepherd stilts as well. And like the idea we first got with having them have like big cloaks to look like shepherds. So both shepherd cloaks and stilts we managed to get in there somehow. So like a bunch of connections pretty much, which is great. That's just great. And we can have these BP pods as well. Oh, and then also the stilts go into the caravan idea that we have. So, caravan, stilts, performance, stuff like that, that also works. And then also, we can have, if we have the adult versions of them be basically like kids in a trench coat style, where it's just multiple of them inside of a pod. Um, I think that's going to be really interesting because then that also makes it sort of look like when like acrobatics stand on each other's shoulders. Um, so it all kind of works. The word that I guess fits the witch the most that somebody suggested was hysteria. So the witch of hysteria. And the thing is, like, the words that describe the abilities of the witches aren't necessarily, or they don't have to be like strictly one word. It's just the thing that closest. Like, imagine that the witch comes first, and then people have to figure out, or if you want, you have to look at the witch and then figure out what concept the witch is based off. So it's not like, oh, that's the witch of hysteria, and that's exactly what we know. It's like people are more guessing. It makes more sense that way. That it's not that they know it's the witch of hysteria. It's that, well, it seems like the thing that might be the most likely. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna end the stream. I've ran out of juice. I'll work on it off stream, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, it's again something that I wouldn't have come up with myself. It was very fun brainstorming with you guys. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna add this to the world. I like it. It's a very weird witch. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. I'll have to think of the guys on stilts, but besides that, I mean, we're pretty much done. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll definitely do this more often then, because this is a nice way to like add more designs into the world. And I'm definitely just gonna write the entry of this witch right away, because then I have it fresh in my head, and then it's gonna be easy to write it out after a short break, and then I'll just have a new concept in the world. Okay, well, take care, guys. Take care. Oh yeah, or I probably should do that tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. So yeah, I'll probably finish it tomorrow. Yeah, take care, everybody.